Imagine you just hired a new employee. Do you want them to come with a thick SOP manual, or do you want them to figure out their own way of doing things on the job? Today, we're going to talk about the most fundamental divide in the AI space right now. Today, in 2026, we no longer ask what AI can do. We ask how AI learned to do it. The open source frameworks, OpenClaw and Hermes, offer completely opposite answers. One is an installed toolbox, the other is an endogenous evolver. Let's meet our two main characters. On the left is OpenClaw, often called Lobster. Think of it as a powerful enterprise router. On the right is Hermes, just released by Nous Research in February 2026. It's more like your very own personal digital apprentice. OpenClaw embraces an exogenous philosophy. It's like a completely empty super toolbox. Need a calendar? Great! A human developer writes a script and plugs it in. Need to send emails? Write another script and plug it in. Its capability boundaries depend entirely on what humans install into it. But Hermes is completely different. It takes the endogenous route. It doesn't come with pre-installed features. Instead, it relies on a continuous loop of execute, learn, improve. When it successfully completes a complex web scraping task for you, it automatically saves that process to your hard drive as a new skill. Next time you ask, it knows exactly what to do. Let's do a visual comparison with this diagram. On the left is OpenClaw, where humans make the rules. On the right is Hermes, where the AI distills the rules itself. It's like one is the continuation of traditional software engineering, while the other is the prototype of true digital life. Before we dive into the technical details, let's do a quick check. Pause and think for a second. For strict compliance workflows, which one are you choosing? Got your answer? If you got it right, you've grasped their core differences. If not, don't worry. The upcoming technical architecture comparison will make it crystal clear. Why did Hermes choose Python and OpenClaw choose TypeScript? Because Hermes' primary job is thinking and learning, and Python is the native tongue of AI. OpenClaw, on the other hand, acts as a gateway handling massive message volumes across channels like Telegram and Lark simultaneously. For that, TypeScript's asynchronous I/O advantage is irreplaceable. Look at OpenClaw's architecture. It's a classic horizontal system. On the left, it connects to various chat apps. On the right, it connects to purpose-built agents. The gateway in the middle is the real brain, orchestrating everything. It's a born enterprise hub. Hermes, on the other hand, pursues depth. He has only one core agent. Everything happens in a synchronous loop, receiving input, reasoning, calling tools, writing to memory, and outputting results. The faster this flywheel spins, the deeper the agent understands you. Since we're on the topic of memory, let's see how they actually remember things. OpenClaw's memory is straightforward. A file called soul.nopnd defines its soul and rules, coupled with current session logs. It's simple, efficient, and error-free. But Hermes' memory system is much more complex. Not only does it use SQLite to store everything you've ever discussed as cold storage, but more impressively, it has procedural memory. That means it doesn't just remember you talked about scraping a web page last week. It wrote the code logic for scraping that page into a skill, forever remembering how to do it. Based on this tiered memory, Hermes derives these 5 core capabilities. It's not just a machine that follows orders. It's a digital worker that remembers your preferences, takes training, and can even proactively send you reports every morning at 10 a.m. Theory aside, I know what you care about most. What can this actually do for me? Let's look at 2 real-world use cases. One is OpenClaw's browser automation, and the other is Hermes' money-making assistant. In the past, the biggest nightmare of having AI operate a web page was that the moment the site was redesigned, the CSS changed, and the AI couldn't find the buttons anymore. In its 2026 best practices, OpenClaw completely abandoned this approach, introducing a game changer called the Snapshot mechanism. Look at this diagram. The Snapshot mechanism literally takes a picture of the web page and slaps a numeric tag on everything clickable. The AI doesn't need to know any front-end code. You just tell it, click element 12, and it executes it with pinpoint accuracy. It's incredibly stable and remarkable. In contrast, Hermes' real-world application is much more personalized. The official docs feature a double your salary plan use case. You tell Hermes to hunt for freelance gigs on Twitter and Reddit every day. At first, it might not be very accurate, but as you continuously feed it feedback, it adjusts its own filtering rules. Before we move on to the security section, let's do one more test. Think about it. We just saw that diagram with the red numeric tags. Which one is it? Now that we know how to use them, we have to confront a serious issue. When AI can write its own code and operate browsers autonomously, how do we guarantee it won't crash our systems? In its v2.8 security guidelines, OpenClaw introduced the famous red and yellow line rules. Red lines are absolute no-goes, like deleting root directories or stealing keys. Yellow lines are permissible, but restricted actions, like installing environments, but every single action must leave a mandatory audit trail in memory, ready for inspection at any time. Beyond the red and yellow lines, both frameworks take foundational security extremely seriously. For instance, Hermes champions zero telemetry, never stealthily uploading your data. OpenClaw mandates static code audits for all external plugins to prevent Trojans injected via CurlPipe-esh. Finally, high-risk operations will not execute without a human typing approve. And with that, the puzzle of our knowledge framework is complete. These 5 core terms are the keys we use today to deconstruct these 2 frameworks. Understand them, and you truly understand the technological frontier of AI agents in 2026. So, which one do you pick? If you're an enterprise manager needing a stable AI foundation to plug into Lark and serve the whole company, choose OpenClaw. If you're a geek or a researcher looking for a cyber apprentice to hunt down side hustles daily and learn how you write code, choose Hermes. That's the core insight for today. OpenClaw represents the pinnacle of human control, while Hermes kicks open the doors to autonomous AI evolution. What truly separates engineers now isn't how many tools you've mastered, it's which paradigm you choose to build your digital world. Go give it a try. Go build your own agent.